What's the story behind the carved pumpkin lanterns of Halloween? And why am I standing by this apple tree? Hello, I'm Rob, the arts teacher. In these short videos, I will share art tips, art lessons, and project ideas that you can try at home or in the classroom.
The pagan ancestors of the Irish were immersed in the natural world, and their lives were ruled by the cycle of the seasons. Halloween was their celebration of the most important moment of the year, marking the beginning of the dark half of the year and making Halloween their New Year's Eve. Celts believed that each day began with darkness and then progressed into the light. The same idea explains why winter, the season of long dark nights, marked the beginning of the year, which then progressed into the lighter days of spring, summer and autumn. Today's traditions of Halloween originate from a blend of the ancient Celtic celebration that marked the end of the summer harvest and Christian traditions honouring saints and martyrs. Trick-or-treating, scary costumes, and carved pumpkins are all ancient traditions that have survived. On Halloween night, people believed that the curtain to the world of the dead was very thin, and that spirits could easily journey into the living world to go hunting for unwary humans. Therefore, people would dress up as spirits, so they wouldn't be recognized as human and kidnapped. Today's carved pumpkin lanterns originate from this ancient time too, when their grimacing faces and flickering lights would be used to guard each home from the spirits. What is the story behind these carved jack-o'-lanterns? There's an old Irish tale that explains how the scary lanterns got their name. It all goes back to one horrible man people called Stingy Jack. There are many versions of the story of Stingy Jack. Here's one. Jack was a thoroughly bad, two-faced character. In fact, he was so bad and his reputation so foul that Satan set out to find him to see if the stories about his lying, cheating, trickery and drunkenness were true. One evening, in the dark hills of rural Ireland, Satan posed as a dead man lying in the road waiting for Stingy Jack to run into him. When Jack found the body, he saw a deranged face with wide eyes and an evil grin staring back at him, and he instantly realized that his time was up and that the devil had come to collect his soul. He begged for a final request, saying that he wanted just one more drink before he had to depart the world, and he took Satan to the nearest tavern. When it was time to pay the bill after they had drunk everything in the tavern cellar, Jack casually turned to the devil and suggested that because Satan had magical powers, he could simply turn himself into a silver coin for payment. The devil was impressed by Jack's trickery, so he turned himself into a piece of silver. But instead of paying, Jack rammed the coin into his pocket. Aware that Stingy Jack had double-crossed him, the devil fought to get out. However, a crucifix in the pocket trapped him in. Jack made a deal with the devil. If he would leave Jack alone for a decade, he would release him from the coin, and the deal was made. True to his word, Satan returned in 10 years and was waiting for Jack as he walked home after another night of drinking. Seeing him, Jack knew Satan had come to collect his soul, but he asked for a final wish, saying, "I can't enter hell on an empty stomach," and he begged the devil to climb a nearby tree to pick him an apple. While Satan was up the tree, Jack carved the sign of the cross into the bark, thus trapping the devil. Satan was furious as he could not climb down past the cross, and Jack would only remove the sign he had carved if Satan promised to never collect Jack's soul. Satan made the promise. Now Jack may have been able to cheat the devil twice, but he could not cheat death. When he finally died, his soul prepared to enter heaven through the gates of St. Peter, but he was stopped, and he was told by God that because of his sinful lifestyle of deceitfulness and drinking, he was not allowed into heaven. Jack went down to the gates of hell and begged for admission into the underworld. There, the devil kept his promise and refused to accept his soul into hell. Jack was sent away, and in frustration the devil threw a live coal straight from the fires of hell after him. Now it was a bitterly cold night, and finding himself and the burning coal sitting in a turnip field, Jack took out his pocket knife and hollowed out a large turnip so that he could put the burning coal inside to stop it from going out and to keep him warm. Since that time, Jack and his lantern have been roaming from place to place, looking for somewhere to rest. So how did the pumpkin enter the story? Irish and Scottish immigrants arrived in America in their millions during the 18th and 19th centuries, bringing their traditions and customs with them. And when it came time for Halloween, they found that the local pumpkin was easier to hollow out and carve than the turnip. And so, the pumpkin took over as our annual reminder of the souls that wander from house to house. And on Halloween night, we display their grimacing faces and flickering lights prominently on our doorsteps or in our windows to keep our homes safe.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click like and share. If you want to see more short videos with art tips, art projects and lesson ideas, hit subscribe and the notification bell.